Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Mr. Fix-It. Is the project really ever done? Stay tuned.
I was sitting out there in the shed one evening, not doing too much of nothing, just kind of staring at the wall. And
So this is just me playing around. I installed that tail light on this thing the other day, and I come across a set of gauges. Now these gauges have been with me for so many years. These were in an old truck that I had. I happen to save these gauges. And I'm sure this content's only going to be interesting to about 2.6 of you, but this is what I got going on. I want to install those 3 gauges on this buggy for one simple fact. Well, 2 simple facts. One is because I do stuff like this, and 2 is I would like to know just how far this thing's tongue's hanging out when I'm done having my way with it. I have a water temperature gauge, oil pressure gauge, and a volt gauge. The water temperature, well, I don't have, this is air cooled. Would I like to have put a liquid cooled engine on this? Yeah, sure. What I like about these engines is, one, they're strong. They may not make a lot of power, but man, they are bulletproof. 2, this is a simple package. This is cheap. This was $200. I paid $200 for that one. And it's a lot of fun for 200 bucks right there. But these old engines, they didn't have anything. They didn't have temp gauges, they didn't have oil pressure gauges. You didn't even get a volts gauge. You're lucky if you got a light for the oil pressure. So where I'm going to tap into some of this stuff is I'm going to take an oil, I think I'm going to take an oil cooler reading with the temp gauge. I need to find a way to tap into the oil galley on this, the main oil galley, to get my oil pressure reading. And volts, well, that's simple. That's just hooking up some wires. So there's only one place in this that I can get to the galley, and luckily enough they gave me a port here. So I need to take this cap off, and I need to put a bung in here for the oil pressure sender. All right, here's that plug. This is 20 millimeter 1.5 pitch thread. Now my lathe is an Imperial lathe, and it only does standard threads. But that being said, 18 TPI is really close to 1.5. And with that being said, since I only got to thread it that far, I think I can get away with 18 TPI. And I think what I'm going to do is I want to machine another one of these. I could drill that hole in the center and tap it for pipe thread and put my oil pressure gauge there. But the problem is this is very thin. I'm only going to get like 1 or 2 threads in aluminum. I don't feel safe with that. So I'm going to machine a whole nother part. All right, got my lump of steel chucked in the lathe. Let's see if we can make a part. I'm going to thread this really slow because I'm dangerously close to crashing my lathe here, so I'm just going to run this very slow. Imperial threads, metric nut. Who would have known? Alright, now I need to cut an O-ring groove in the face of that shoulder. When you have to buy it 2 times, you're going to cry about it 2 times. Alright, so there's for my oil pressure line. And I went ahead and made another one while you guys weren't watching. This will be for the temperature sender. So I can get a oil pressure and oil temperature. Alright, so there's the temperature sender. This will just go together just like this. So that fits nice. Let's go see if it fits on the motor. All right. Oh yeah. I do believe that's going to work just fine. Cool. Get the other O-ring off there. Don't want to double O-ring it. Looking for leaks. Don't see any leaks right there. No leaks right there. Got oil pressure. Waiting on the temperature to come up. Yeah, I'm showing some oil temp. 143 maybe. I just want to see what kind of effect the fan and oil cooler has. So I'm going to turn the fan on. Let's watch this gauge. Oh, it is cooling it. It's not doing it in any breakneck speed or anything, but instead of the temperature getting hotter, it is getting cooler. Alright, I want to run that new copper oil line, and the easiest way to do that is going to be to remove the seat, so I'm going to take the seat out. There, now I got all the room I need to run that line. Need my wrench. Let's get this old plastic line out of here. Drizzling oil everywhere, oh my god. Alright. See, I'm going to take that gauge loose to get the line off the other end. The question is will it come out of there? Not going to come out. Yeah, there we go. Alright, get this disconnected here. Get that out of there. Oh, just set that back in there for the moment. Hopefully I bought enough. Figured 8 feet was plenty. Hopefully 8 feet's plenty. Alright, I need to put these two little guys on there. Oh, I'm starting to rethink this, and maybe I should have an electric oil pressure gauge. That might happen in the future. I'm afraid this line's going to get snagged on something and get ripped off. See, I need to get a couple zip ties out and get that zip tied down back there first. Oh man, if my guy at the parts store would have cut this an inch too short, it wouldn't have been long enough. Alright, let's see if I can get this fed through this hole. Like that. Will you sit there for a minute? The nut, and then the ferrule. And make sure that's pushed all the way in there before you tighten it. Oh, it's upside down. I don't want that. I might be back and forth with this, getting this adjusted just right, but we'll see. Try that. See, I still need to get back into this to hook the lighting up. I just want to see. Oh yeah. Oh, like it was made for it. Alright, let me show you what I got. Alright, so obviously my gauges are here. Here's a look at the gauges from the driver's seat. Something about like that. And just see the volts gauge back here. Got my oil line routed all the way down like this, back in there, and up around into there. I'll have to tie all this up so I don't want it vibrating, but there's that much of it done. Alright, there's the temperature sender cable, hose, copper thingy with job or thingy, whatever. Doing this stuff is a lot of work, but don't let that stop you from creating something that you're gonna love. Spend the time now so you're not spending the time later. Well, there's the gauges in. I think they look good. I can see them all just fine from here. Start it up. Well, now instead of giving it the throttle, I might be a little worried. Well, that pretty much does it for the install of these gauges. Well, that was a lot of work, but if I didn't keep myself busy, I'd just be sitting out here staring at a wall. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.